Black Christmas, directed by Bob Clark, starring Olivia Hussey, Margot and Andrea Martin. As winter break begins, a group of sorority sisters begin to receive anonymous and threatening phone calls. Black Christmas is my favorite slasher of all time, and the reason being is because the film understands how to build suspense, and Bob Clark has done what very few slashers can do, which is elevate the film beyond your standard slasher. Each individual character has a backstory, has a personality. They're not cardboard cutouts. So each one of these sorority sisters you actually like. None of them are not likable. They all have their own distinct personalities. And it's great seeing Olivia Hussey and the late Margot on screen together and seeing how they play off of one another. And what's great about that aspect is that it does provide a bit of levity, because this film is really dark. It's incredibly creepy, and it just oozes atmosphere, and it makes a holiday that's supposed to be about love and family and giving become really creepy, where you feel like you need to look over your shoulder after you watch this. And what's also great about this film, and something that Bob Clark also understood, was not including jump scares. Every single scare that does happen in this film is earned, and it takes time for things to build and build, and he understands how to be able to give the audience relief by interjecting some comedy. But there's also some pretty interesting aspects where this film is incredibly progressive. This came out in 1974, and Olivia Hussey's character, she's talking to her longtime boyfriend about how she doesn't want her plans because his have changed. And that's really cool to see a female character that is so empowered. And every single one of these female characters are empowered. None of them are dumb, and the life struggles that these characters go through feel very real. And what's also incredible is that Olivia Hussey's acting. There's so much of what she does that just focuses on her facial reactions to hearing those phone calls, and just seeing the fear begin to rise and rise and rise is really incredible to see. What's also great to see is John Saxon, because he just adds this nice flair of old school Hollywood. There really is not one negative thing I can say about Black Christmas, because this is the perfect horror film, the perfect slasher. There's nothing that I would think of that weighs this movie down. And the killer, you never see him. You probably see like a little bit of his face, but his voice and the voices that he does are so incredibly chilling. And when you just see him peeking out at Olivia Hussey and all you see is his eye, and he just looks like a madman, that is so incredibly scary. And for a film that doesn't rely on blood, guts, or gore, or anything gratuitous, this film elevates itself beyond any other in the genre. So for me, Black Christmas is an instant classic.